On the couch.
Yeah, we had a little mid-season break.
Yup.
But we are back, and we're having an X-Men summer.
Like, get into it.
Welcome. It's summertime. We're watching the X-Men series and like mutant affiliations all summer long, and we're getting ready for Doomsday while doing this. So if you want to get ready with us, stay tuned this summer. Subscribe. We already watched the first X-Men movie.
Mm-hmm.
We will link that at the end of this podcast.
Yep, that was in season 1.
Yeah. I forgot. If you want to catch up to where we are today, we are watching X2.
Yeah.
The second X-Men in the series. This is my first.
Wait.
Oh.
We get to introduce ourselves.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know who we are. I'm Rose.
And I'm Meadow.
Yeah.
Word.
Alright, anyways. This is my first time watching any of the X-Men movies. Later in the season we will watch Fantastic Fours. I've seen those. But I haven't seen any of the X-Men. So this is gonna be like my raw reactions, what I noticed, versus Meadow, who has seen them and knows the whole lore. Of
lots of the lore.
Yes.
All of the X-Men things. Yes. Mm-hmm,
yes.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, what are you thinking?
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah. I'm getting my notes together.
Ooh, I see we got the 2. Yup.
Yeah, okay. This might be a little wonky because I was writing my notes and I was like, okay, this is too much. Like, I have freaking paragraphs in here. I'm like, I feel like I should just go with the flow and wing it.
So I feel like that was the last time too. You're like,
yeah,
this one's gonna be a little wonky. Yeah, I love you. You're hilarious.
Because I start doing it, I'm like, dude, this is a lot. I'll figure out my methods.
She will get eventually. The method down.
Okay, but I do want to do a short little recap from the last movie, just so we set the scene.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we got introduced to. I should talk to you. Yeah, sorry. Hey. We got introduced to Wolverine and Rogue, and the movie was like Charles versus what is his name?
Xavier?
No,
Charles Xavier. That's his whole name. No. Magneto.
Yes, Magneto. Yes. I kept writing evil guy. I didn't know his
Magneto,
name.
aka Eric. That is his birth given name. Yes.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Charles versus Magneto, and like their idea of like what's the perfect way for mutants to like live and survive. And
bro, no, I literally forgot that his first name was Charles and not Xavier.
Oh, I call him Charles.
I've been calling him Xavier in my notes this whole time. Hilarious. Okay, continue.
And Mystique, she's dead.
Right.
Yes.
Wait.
She's dead.
No, they at the end they left it off where she was the.
Yeah, like with the eyes, but it was like, like hinted.
I guess. Yes.
That's what the quotations are for.
Okay.
She's not actually dead.
Well, I know.
And I knew that from the first movie.
Okay, I thought you were saying, like, you knew that from watching this movie. I'm like,
no.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, hold on.
No, I'm not crazy.
My bad.
I peep things.
You do?
Okay, now we can jump into the film. Okay. I need a new synonym. For okay.
All right. I like that.
Word. Okay. Watching the film and like the introduction and everything, I was like, okay, early 2000 movies and like early 2000 Marvel movies have like an algorithm to them. Like you can tell that this is an early 2000s movie.
Yeah, like the way that they're like moving through these CGI elements and like the words are like 3D coming towards the screen.
I was like, it's giving Spider-Man.
Yes. Okay. Exactly.
But also just like how the actors act and like their mannerisms and like what actions they choose and even like the picture, like how they choose to like expose and whatnot.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, like going back and watching these kind of movies because we're so used to like movies today, which is very different. Like the choices that people make and like how they, excuse me, how they choose to like film it and like the cameras they use and everything is different. So yeah,
real.
Just wanted to point that out a little bit. So jumping into the movie, we get with like Nightcrawler right away, and so reading the description on Disney before watching it, I was like, okay, this movie is gonna be like focused on the Nightcrawler, and I was like, that's not.
That was a description?
Yes, bro. It was
tell
like,
me what the description was.
It was like the Nightcrawler is introduced and like the X-Men try to help him or something like that. Like it was like 2 sentences and it was just about him.
That's like, insane.
Oh, okay.
Wow. For him to be in there like 5 minutes?
No, literally. I was like, word. But I will say the actor for the he's a great actor. Oh. Like seeing him play this role and like what he chose to do with it, I was like, period.
Wow. Yeah, have you seen him in something else?
Spy Kids.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I should watch that again.
Just let me see how good you are. Like, right. But yeah, I definitely, when we had this first opening scenario, it's like their biggest debate in this universe is always like, are all humans going to be mutants, or is it that like this is a new branch of humanity? You know, that's what Xavier, Charles was talking about when he was narrating at the opener. So
he was narrating.
And yeah, like that's always their biggest debate. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, how are we supposed to live with this new set of humanity? Like, how are regular humans supposed to live with mutants? Like, can we live together harmoniously or not? The answer is no. It's as we've been seeing. But continue. We're in the White House.
Yes. We're in the White House. You know, he's
stab, poof, poof. Murder.
Yeah.
Scary.
Little tag on the thing.
He was like, he had white skin and then he had blue skin.
Yes, he did. Transition.
Disguise.
Yes, which I feel like set up the scene for like what we're supposed to first think of his character. Like, oh, like when I first watched this first scene, I was like, hey, this is, don't hate me, well, like this is just the first movie again, but with like a new character. I was like, this is just another guy who's like trying to fight the system and like do opposite of Charles, and Charles is gonna come and save the day. And whoa, yay.
Yeah,
it's definitely a little more. I feel like you get more from the movie, but it does feel very repetitive a little bit to me.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I was bringing up that point too, because it's just like in all of her movies, it's always the same problem. Like someone or something is trying to stop the mutants from being themselves, and something is trying to like amplify mutants being themselves.
Yeah. Oh, that's a common theme.
Yeah, that's a common theme. Like all of the X-Men movies are somehow related to like mutants and like what is going on with their life in relation to humanity. But like it's good movies. Like they have a way to like make it interesting and different each movie, but like that is still along the same lines of the plot.
I guess we'll have to see this summer. We're not watching all of the movies, just to clarify.
But we're just having an X-Men summer.
Yeah, I just
the summer's only so long, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So after, you know, we get introduced to the Nightcrawler, we go to Charles. That's why I was like, okay, Charles to the rescue. And they have this like slow zoom in on Charles that makes him seem like all suspicious and not suspicious, mysterious. It's like, oh my gosh, who is that? Like, who's gonna come and save the day?
We know that bald head.
Yeah, anywhere. It's just Charles. I was like, for real? Come on. So, you know, the X-Men, they're coming together. They're basically like, yeah, we need to get ahead of this. Like, we don't want them to enact whatever act that was. And like,
yeah, the Mutant Registration Act.
Yeah. Yes. We want to keep our people safe. Like, go find the mutant. I'll stay here and help you.
Right.
But meanwhile, we are. Oop, we're in the Oval Office, the White House. You know, afterwards we have the president and Stryker, and he's like,
Wait, before we get to that, before they are in the Oval Office, they were at the museum on that field trip. And
oh, that's before.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I put that after.
Okay, well then please keep going.
Okay. Yeah, they're at the White House. He's like, yeah, basically summarize. He's like, yeah, put me in charge of taking care of this. Like, give me full control. Like, I will do it. He's like, okay, but like, don't hurt nobody. He's like, yeah, don't hurt nobody.
Yeah, and I thought it was very interesting. He was like, oh, something like, are we gonna share schools with them? And he was like, speaking of school reform, like right before he brought it up.
No,
I was like,
yeah. He was like, yeah, it's just suspicious. Like, there's a school and there's a jet out of the basketball court, and like,
this is so malicious. But it's like he's playing on their fear because he was just attacked. So it's like, oh, this is suspicious. Why do mutants have access to jets? That's not safe. That's not okay.
Yeah, and we have, I don't know his name. I called him Blondie.
Senator Kelly.
Is that his name?
The one who like turned into jelly last movie? Yeah, Senator Kelly.
Okay, yeah, we get reintroduced to him, which is very interesting because like it's just a scene. And I feel like he's just like the voice of reason. For, like the mutant side, he was like trying to be like, yeah, no, like everything's fine.
Well, no, it's more so like getting reintroduced to Mystique, and like Mystique is here. She is gaining intel on the situation. Like, yeah, because Senator Kelly is dead.
Wait,
he got killed in the last movie.
Okay, this takes away everything that I just said because I did not know that was her. I thought it was him, and I was like he died, but he didn't die. And I'm like, okay, why is he here for like 2 seconds?
That's
why you were character so
Mystique
important.
Died, and I was like, why are you saying Mystique died? Like,
because I thought, okay, when I realized she was coming in, it was with the assistant. I didn't know that was her, bro. This whole movie, they got me every single time. I was like, yeah, like when I was like, yeah, that's Mystique, and it wasn't. I was like, word, okay,
got it.
Yeah, crazy. I didn't catch on until never. Literally, we'll go through it every single time she pops up. She got me. She got my A.
Jean, no, Mystique,
no.
Oh my god.
I went off on her. I was like, girl, dirty, no.
You got a man at
like, you love him, you don't love him. And then she pops, I was like, oh. So, my bad.
She got me.
My bad.
So she would have got me that night too. Like, dang. But no, okay. Back to...
That makes so much more sense now.
Yes.
See, this is why.
Yeah. Yes, that was Mystique. She's like, you could see when
I thought I saw the eyes glow, but I thought that was just like his mutation.
No, because he's dead. That man is dead and gone.
Dead for real.
Like his body couldn't handle the mutation. He literally turned into a puddle of water, right, in storms.
Right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, he dead too.
Nope, he dead for real. And Mystique has been playing
dead, period.
Correct. And Mystique has been pretending to be him in the public since he died. Yes, and that's why they mentioned like, oh, like your views on mutants have changed recently because Senator Kelly was very anti-mutant, and that's why
I thought they changed because he turned into.
Nope, because I mean, technically he did turn into a mutant because he's a different mutant all in itself.
Yeah,
but yeah, and you can see like when her information gets peaked when they mention Magneto and his prison, and she was like, oh, like you have access to Eric, whatever his last name is, and he's like, of course I do, like da. And that's when she's like, hey, like I want to schedule a visit to go see him because she's trying to break him out, trying to get some help on the situation.
This makes so much more sense.
I'm glad. But
wow,
yeah, that was all I had to say for the president meeting. Do you have something else?
that was it. I was just like, yeah, why the heck is he here?
Yeah,
But he wasn't.
He not. He gone.
Okay, side note before we get to... No, Lily, I was like, maybe to give closure that he's not dead. Okay. He's R.I.P. to that man. Yeah. I had like 4 notes about that.
She said, now I gotta read. Just let me do some pruning. Hold on.
Okay.
Ooh. While you do that, I do want to... I just wanted to mention that, like, Mystique's voice is robotic for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, that's weird, because they don't do that. Like,
when they switch actors?
Yeah, when they switch actresses. And I'm like, but like, why is her voice robotic in the first place? Like, that's so weird.
She's... I don't know.
Like, I just thought that was really strange. But continue.
Okay. Little side note. Mm-hmm. When I was watching, like, Nightcrawler, I feel like I've seen his character before, but like more like cutesy and like animated and like curlier like hair, like more full. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, hey, maybe am I thinking of like Teen Titans maybe? But like I have this image in my head, and younger. I have this image in my head of like that, like blue tail.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither. Obviously.
You're hilarious.
Okay. Now we can get to the field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that in afterwards. I don't personally have much to say about the field trip. It's when I was first watching the scene again. Half this movie, I was confused. I was like, oh, like they have real jobs? Like she out here at the museum? Like she's a museum tour? Well, that's kind of weird. And I was like, oh wait, no, they're taking the kids on a field trip.
She has a real job?
No, literally. Which brings up, I feel like we talked about this last time.
How are they making money for that school?
Yes. How are they taking them on a field trip?
And
how are they feeding them?
How are they providing fuel for the jet? Like, how are they paying their water bills? But this is where I was saying that Charles is a master stock manipulator, okay? Because he can read minds. He's out there playing with the market, bro. Inside trader. They need to arrest him, actually. But, yeah, definitely.
Unless it's like let's say file for like public schooling.
Possibly. But I feel like if they did, okay. Every public school is not on the president's radar.
Because, like, Bobby's parents think he's going to boarding school. So, like, maybe some of the parents pay.
That's true, too. That is true, too.
But they're like, wow, free private school.
No,
go ahead.
Yeah, just go right ahead. But it's, like, also, you didn't go, like, tour your scout.
Off, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was for the school, for the gifted.
Girl. It is.
Let's not even get into them just quite yet. But, anyway. Back to the museum. Anything else that you have to say about that?
Right. Yeah. So once I realized this is just a field trip, I feel like this scene is mostly just like introducing, Bobby and Rogue again, but like as a couple, yes, and we get, to see into their coupleness a little later and like what they go through, and then introducing the new young character.
Yes, Johnny. Well, his name is John. Yeah.
Yes, John, and he we get the first peek at like his personality.
Yeah, and he's very
lighting the
destructive
jacket on fire.
Yeah. Crash out, and in this it's important as well because we kind of get like some foreshadowing. Okay, Jean is tweaking. All right, she hasn't been the same since Liberty Island. Right, and then she looks Scott in the eye. She's like, I feel like something bad is gonna happen, and he's like, I wouldn't have anything happen to you. And it's like, I would feel like something terrible is about to happen, plus I would never let anything happen to you, equals she did. She gotta die, because no, they don't say those things unless that person end up dead.
I forgot about that scene. Yeah, maybe because I don't like her.
Because she's a 2-time and cheating.
She's just annoying. Why should you play that?
She been through things. How does she talk that just makes you so annoying?
I don't know, bro. Like, she's just annoying.
Dang, another annoying female lead.
Early 2000s, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the time.
It's like this, how you write them.
Yeah, literally, it's how they write their characters. So annoying.
That's real team. All right, but that's all I have for the museum field trip.
Little foreshadowing. Okay,
yeah.
period. Yeah. How do they make money? Sorry. I'm behind in my notes. See, this is why. Anyways. Okay. Now we get to the other side of things. We see Wolverine.
Yup, he's back.
Logan, yes, he's at the base. We don't really see much. Like, we see him walk through the door and, like,
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, I think that was the point too.
Yeah.
Just like, my goodness. But yeah, like, we see him. He is on the track to, like, finding answers. You know, the path that he was set on from the end of last movie. We see that he's going out and doing those things.
Yeah, and then he comes back to the school. And, you know,
all the girls is happy. They about to kiss. She hear the motorcycle pull up. Bobby mad. He like, somebody taking my bee. Oh my god, I just love you.
No, literally, because when Logan,
call me Iceman, bro. Sit down.
When Logan comes back and like Rogue and Bobby there, I'm like, is Bobby jealous of Wolverine right now?
Yes,
like, this is a grown man. Like,
but he's like, he got my girl attention, and I'm trying to kiss her.
No, I was like, it's giving like father and daughter. Like don't relax.
Yeah, it's giving father daughter from his side, but like, you know, she got a little crush on him. She
really?
Yeah, it was like alluded to in the last movie.
Oh,
and it's like apparently, you know, still kind of there.
Oh, I don't see that. I see
that's okay. That's good.
I would say I see like I don't have a dad.
Like, I got daddy issues.
Yeah, you're my new father. Like,
but then Gene.
They over here
giving
flirting,
flirty eyes. Yeah,
like your man is literally upstairs right now.
Bro,
like,
but see, this is also what I was talking to Chris about. Like, okay, kids, close your eyes. I mean, close your ears. But it's like, he is such a cuck. Like, he's literally a cuck lord. I'll explain to you what that is off of the microphone. But it's like, bro, he's literally sitting there watching Wolverine and his girlfriend, his wife, flirt right in front of his eyes. And he's going to give attitude to Wolverine. Sir, get your girl. Be like, girl, what are you doing? Better show me some respect. I respect you. Respect me. But you going to be mad at the man. That man ain't. I mean, yes, you know, all parties are wrong here. But it's like, get your girl. Get the person that's in the relationship with you. You being sassy to that man, like, you like that. You like seeing your wife getting flirted with.
And, yeah. And Wolverine messes with him on purpose. Took his bike.
Yeah.
Like, your bike, gas.
Fill her up. Oh, like you want me to fill your wife? He do. No, he got a crush on him.
Anyways, we see Rogue and Bobby's like small little turmoil in their relationship because, you know, they're teenagers, they're hormonal, but like she can't touch nobody, they can't do nothing crazy. Like, I don't want to hurt you. Like, you ain't gonna hurt me.
You ain't gonna hurt me, baby. I'm strong.
But basically, at this point, I feel like we have like different branches of the storyline happening. Like, Jean and Storm are going to find this mysterious mutant. After Charles locates the mutant, him and Cyclops go to visit Magneto. And Wolverine is back. He's, you know, on babysitting duty. And it also brings up, it brings up a question like, why is Wolverine back? Because right when he comes back, he's, you know, he's going to Xavier, Charles, and he's like, yo, like, ain't nothing was there. Like, I need you to, like, help me out. Like, is Wolverine really back to, like, be at home, be with everyone, or is he back for himself? And I feel like this is why it was rhetorical. I feel like this is part of his arc during this movie.
Yeah.
Like, is this his home, or is he gonna flake? You know, like,
yes, the good guy stays.
Yeah.
Bro, let's not even get into that because we'll get into it when we get there. Anyway.
Oh, so annoying. Okay. Okay, so we're the different branches of the storyline, and we also have Stryker and his branch. This is all kind of put together that I did because I didn't write all I know because I was watching, trying to.
Understand?
Yeah. So if you have anything, interrupt me. So basically, we have Striker. He got permission, to do what he needs to do. He's going to visit Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that he's like doing something to him and getting him as a blip blip blap blap, getting
him to comply.
Yes. Words. We also see his assistant earlier, and this is why I was confused. She's like cracking her knuckles and stuff, and it's like, okay, why is it so loud? Like, what is she doing?
Why is it like it literally disrupted all the the ladies that were in there watching? One of the ladies turned around, she was like, "Ooh."
Yes. So at this point,
it was like, why is she doing it?
Yeah, we get to the assistant, and she's like, we see her walking into the building where they house the documents. I'm like, blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, the assistant was homegirl. She was Mystique the whole time. I'm like, okay, this is why her fingers were so loud.
Wait, no, she wasn't Mystique at that. Okay, my bad.
I know this now.
My bad.
I get there.
My bad.
I get there. Hold on.
No, I definitely was thinking that too. Like when I saw her at the building, I was like, wait, she was Mystique this whole time.
Yes. Okay. I was like, yeah. Okay, this makes sense. Like she's a mutant. I was like, okay, she's a mutant, but this is Mystique.
She got weird bones, so like.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, she's getting information. It's like, okay, now this is where I clicked. Like, okay, Mystique is still working for Magneto. I want to call him Xavier. That's why I pause every time I say his name. She's still working for Magneto, and like she's trying to bail him out, and she's getting some extra information. Like she
sees Cerebro on the screen.
Yeah, she pulls up Cerebro and downloads, and then the assistant is coming, and they have like that dramatic music. I'm like, oh wait, that is
two different girls.
Yes, that's not correct. That was not her earlier. I was duped once again.
Saca la basura. The garbage, ma'am. I'm just taking out the garbage. Like, just leave me alone.
Yeah. So there's still the big mystery around the assistant and her like being a mutant. Maybe she's a mutant, maybe she's not. Who knows? But I finally know that Mystique is alive. She's, working and doing her thing, and she pulls up. This is why I'm confused again. She pulls up the a security guard, so she can get his information and
yes. Now at this point, I thought that she was just going to imitate him and go in.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. But like, first of all, rewinding back to Magneto, like we first seeing Magneto and Stryker being in the prison together, elder abuse. Like, oh my gosh, bro, hit him in the head first with the club, and then it's like you don't even need to do all that. He's literally just an old man. He don't know how to fight. His
powers don't work in there.
Exactly. Like he may know how to throw a fist, but it's like his biggest thing was his powers, and you're doing all this for no reason.
I don't think he knows how to throw a fist.
Just like based off of him as a young man, like just looking at him, like his athleticism, like they were training and stuff together. So I was like, he might, but it's like, I don't know, considering that, he can do things from far away. But nonetheless, elder abuse. Continue. And I also thought that it was a truth serum that he was giving him at the time.
I didn't know what it was. I was just shocked. I was like, oh my god, you're manhandling him. What the heck?
And then putting something on the back of his neck and it's burning like acid. And like then he's asking him questions. So I'm like, oh, this must be some kind of truth serum. Yeah. It's like he asks him questions afterwards. But we see it is much more than that.
Yes. So we get back to Storm and Jean. There's too many names in this movie.
No, it's okay. I got them written down, so I'll be able to let you know.
Yes, and they find, the Nightcrawler, and my first impression is, oh my gosh, he's German.
No, literally, I was like, oh my gosh, he's like, that's what I was like, oh my gosh, he's German. I was like, wait, what language is he? German?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Why is he German? I wonder why he's
And
German.
We didn't get to see any of what he said in German.
No.
It was like speaking German.
But I think he was, telling them to get out. But then most of the other times while he was speaking German, he was praying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting because I did not expect him to be German. I don't think the actor is German.
I'm
assuming.
I would also just be assuming if I said I didn't think
that's why also part of me was like, okay, he's a good actor because I don't know any German people, but I thought that was pretty impressive.
You said, personally, I've never heard German speaking before, but that was good. Man.
But yeah, we get to find out that Stryker has, assume Ming. Yes. We don't know who it is, but he was mind controlled.
Yep.
It wasn't him who did the attack. You know, he was there and then he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Woo is
who was
right.
it? Who done it?
Who did it?
And then we get back, you know, switching back and forth. We get back to...
They do that a lot.
Yes. We get back to Charles and Cyclops, and they're visiting Eric.
Mm-hmm.
At their little, you know...
The prison.
Yes. Oh my God. Stop falling. And basically, he's like, sorry, man. It's a setup. Like, you were set up. Like, I told him everything. I didn't have a choice.
We also get some important information. Is that all you have to say about
that? The war is coming.
Yes. The war has begun, actually.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
I didn't read all my notes. But, yes, we get told that, you know, they're familiar with Stryker. Yep. You know, Charles used to try to help his son.
Yep. Okay. I'm like, you.
Yeah. That's all I got it. That's all you would know. I got it. I just didn't read it. But yeah, Charles helped him, but like his father, you know, didn't like the way he helped him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, basically from this scene, we know that he is a bad dad. Because what the heck do you mean you don't like the way that he helped your son? Like,
for real. And we also find out that Charles knows more about Logan's past than he is telling Logan.
Yes.
He's willfully holding back information.
Yes, because he wants Logan to figure it out by himself. Well, he tells him that when they have that first conversation.
They do. He do. But, like, see, the thing is, though, that he's lying to him about what he found. Like, he's saying to him, oh, like, if I go in there, I'm just going to see the same information.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, you know, I told you this set of information. And it's like, oh, if I go in there, I'm only going to see this set of information. Like, yeah, you're only going to see the same thing, but you're not telling him the fullness of what you're seeing.
I think he's a liar. That's why he got caught.
That is true as well. This is why things do be happening to him. Because, like, I understand that he be trying to help, but sometimes, like, the way he be trying... He's not, like,
the greatest person.
No, he's not. And, like, that's also why...
We talked about that last time, too.
And, like, I think that's also why John decided to go with Magneto. Because it's, like, to a certain extent, I feel like the protection that Charles is trying to give them, like, he shelters them too much from the realities of the world and, like, what's going on. And the multitude of... perspectives that are out there, and he kind of like boxes them in, and that can lead them to be resentful because it's like there was this whole other perspective out here about mutants and you didn't tell me about it. Like you didn't tell me there was mutant pride out here. Like what?
Happy Pride Month.
But yeah, that's all I got for that part.
Yep. Now we're back at the academy. You know, Wolverine is babysitting. He can't sleep. Apparently, everybody up in this mansion can't sleep.
He literally only saw 2 other people. He's like, wow, nobody can sleep up here. Bro, all the kids are sleeping except for 2.
Yeah, okay. I thought they did a really cool thing with the little kid, which I will tell later. Because, you know, he's like, yeah, I can't sleep. Like, basically, his eyes never close, which is what I got from it.
Now, see, I was also curious as to, like, why he, quote-unquote, never sleeps. Because it's like, I could see that, yes, you blink to change the channels. Like, your blinks have something to do with, like, probably, like, static electricity and, like, manipulating electromagnetic waves and things of that nature. But it's like, why does that equate to you cannot sleep?
Because he can't close his eyes.
But he's blinking.
On purpose.
Yeah, so that means he can close his eyes.
No, I mean, like... he can, yes, he can close his eyes, but when he closes his eyes, things happen. Like you said, like he messes with, you know, electricity and blah blah blah. Okay. Like he's changing the channel on purpose. He's blinking on purpose.
Yes. So yeah, that then makes me wonder, like, do his eyes never dry out? And like, if he kept his eyes closed for a long period of time, like, would things continuously happen, or like?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. Wow. But anyways,
continue. He's baby important. We get, he's talking to Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
He's not having a brewski. He's having a nice cold soda.
Mm-hmm. A Dr. Pepper, to be exact.
Not sponsored. They're chit-chatting, and now this is where I'm okay, maybe Bobby's not, like, jealous of him. Maybe Bobby's just weird.
I think Bobby is more so, like, territorial. Like, he literally got cockblocked, like, at that moment. Like, he literally was trying to get some play. And she ran away to go see this man. So it's like, of course, I'm going to give you a little bit of, like, bro, come on. He's like, come on, Rogue. Let's go. We're leaving. Give me some smooches right now. But, yeah. And, yeah, he's, a young boy. Hormones are up in the air. Looking for some guidance. His family are obviously not the place he should be at. So,
yeah. It is, yeah. I feel like we have this idea of, like, all of the mutant fans. Like, we assume, like, they're all, like, rescue mutants. But with him, he's lying to his parents. Like, his parents don't know what's actually going on.
Correct.
So maybe, they still have, like, a close relationship because they don't know. We get into that later. But this is when the attack happens, the forces come in. I wrote down, like, little bullet points.
Yeah.
During this scene. Very small notes. So, like, the first introduction, he's the little boy. I was like, he's watching the Nature Channel. That's what he picked. He picked the Nature Channel. What the heck? And then he's the first one, to get shot. And that's why...
Tranquilized. They're not murdering the kids.
No, they're not, but they do have guns. I read that down, too.
Yes, no, literally, like, they had their non-lethals, and then they had the lethals. I was like, oh, snaps.
Yeah, but, this is why I was like... I thought it was cool on, like, the director and stuff, because when they first find the little boy again, his eyes are open. I was like, okay, maybe he can't close his eyes.
Like, yeah, like when he was laying there, he was kind of, like, twitching.
But when they picked him up, his eyes were closed. So I was like, okay, that debunked my theory. But I thought that would have been cool, like, that small little continuity.
Maybe it's, like, because he was forcibly put unconscious. Like, maybe if he's conscious trying to go to sleep, it's like closing his eyes is not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, if you unconscious, your brain's not doing anything.
That makes sense.
I'll continue on. What other kind of notes do you have about the attack?
But yeah, basically, they were just up in there. They were shooting kids. That's what I put down. Tranquilizer. They had army makeup on.
Yeah,
I'm like... Where are you going? Like,
I thought that was pretty strange.
This isn't that serious.
Like, you're camouflaging inside the school.
Yeah, like, come on.
Got it.
And then, yeah, he has a real gun, because when Logan attacks him, he's shooting off multiple rounds.
Yep.
It's like, what are you doing? They're G-snatching kids.
What are you doing? G-snatching them is insane.
They're G-snatching kids, bro. They're taking them.
Thievery, kidnapping.
And I don't know his name, but we see, homeboy from Deadpool.
Yes, his name is Colossal.
Colossal?
Colossal.
Yes, we see him, like, as a little guy.
Yeah.
Period.
And I'm also very proud of you for recognizing that.
I've seen Deadpool.
I know you've seen Deadpool, but I'm proud of you for, like, connecting the dots, considering that you haven't been in the, X-Men world.
Yeah, those are the only X-Men that I know. From Deadpool. But I was like, yeah, period. Like, he's probably, like, one of the oldest there. So he's taking charge,
Yes.
Saving the kids.
I can help you. Help them.
Help them! Okay. A little side note that I wrote in the middle of this. I feel like being, like, one of the writers for, like, the X-Men series or, like, a mutant writer has to be, like, so cool. Like, there's endless amount of possibilities that you could have powers of. Like, a guy that blinks and changes the channel.
Like, whoa. Like, you can just let your creativity run wild.
Yeah. But yeah, they escape. I think that the fact that they only grabbed 6 kids was kind of lame. Like, y'all got this whole operation going on and you could only grab 6 people. Like, you suck at your job.
Oh, like yes. I was like, it's like the school, the students. I was like, maybe you're right. Like, they should have an escape plan. Like, you're right. But like, never mind. Yes, yeah. The fact that they only could get 6 kids is kind of
crazy. But also, yeah, they split up, and there was like no concern for the other kids. Like they got inside Coffin's car and they drove to Boston. I was like, okay.
So, yeah, like
I guess
I don't
they'll
know
be fine.
where they went, but
no, literally, we don't hear from them again. Like we just assume that they were somewhere safe.
I think that it was that like he decided to have faith in Colossus. Like
doesn't even know that man.
But he's a student at the school, like
exactly a student
character, an older student, and it's
bro.
But you also have to think about the relationship, like when it comes to like Jean and Scott. You know, they were also students at the school, and they graduated, and they decided to stay and become teachers. So it's like we don't really like we know that he is like a student, but it's like
know
how old is he? Like. Yeah. He has responsibility of some sorts and like a good head on his mind.
We know. Logan doesn't know.
Listen.
This man is never there.
You're right.
He literally came and made sure Rogue was okay and then dipped.
It's not his fault.
This is his first time coming back.
Because it was the adults who put him in charge. It was the faculty who was like, you're the babysitter.
You're babysitting.
Okay, you got it. But okay.
Anyways,
did you have anything else to say about the attack on the school?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear.
We get to the information that Stryker, knows Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a conversation. He knows something about his past, and he's like tempting him. Blah blah blah. Like, you're gonna come with me, and like I can tell you all the things, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And Rogue's like, I'm not leaving without my second daddy. Bobby, do something right now.
Do something, Bobby. You have to.
I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like for Bobby's age,
yeah, his powers are pretty beefy.
Yeah,
I also agree that it was pretty cool. He was like, it happened so quickly. He made it so thick as well.
Yes,
so like that was really really cool. And I'm guessing also it's like easier for him to be able to do things like this because there's already so much water in the air.
Is his powers connected to water? Like, does he... That's a stupid question. Bro, I didn't even think about that. I was just like, oh, he just like made ice. Because like, no, because he can like... I don't know. I didn't think twice about it. I was like, oh.
So, yeah, that's just what it is. You don't question things in the mutant world. No, I understand.
Like, I didn't think about, okay, don't think I thought about it like ice and water. I think I thought about it as like cold. Like, he can make things cold. Like, he can, because when they kissed, she was like breathing out like cold air.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like if he were to touch, I don't know, the ground and make it freeze,
Yeah. Yeah. But it's all just because of water. Yes. Because like when we are outside and we like, that's because our breath is warmer than the temperature outside. So like we can see.
Yeah, but that's also like air.
Yeah. It's air and it's water. It's like the tiny little water drops. Like when you on your hand and you like it gets wet. That's because like the condensation like from your breath. Like the wetness of your mouth.
Okay, science class.
Yes, what else do you have to say about
That's all I had to say about that scene.
Okay. I wanted to mention that like once like things started really popping off and like the kids are running and they're like escaping and yeah, bro, he shot Shawty. He was like, I need to get her. At least he didn't, put her for a permanent nap. But yeah. When things are popping off and like more like backup is coming, I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're really raiding this school like with a crazy amount of power and numbers right now. And it's like, that's because he has the backing of the US government as well. It's like he has their sign off and it's like, ooh, kind of scary. Don't get on the US bad side. Like, yikes.
That's the whole point. Majority of our budget is in the freaking military.
Yes it is. And yeah, we see that Logan like literally has to get pulled away from Stryker. Like he's so
connected and trying to
like
figure
that
out
tantalizing like who am I don't remember. But no, that is real. Like that's probably very annoying. Like there's this thought in the back of your head that you're like, I kind of know this person, I kind of know me, but like don't, what am I gonna do? But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So I'm ready.
Okay. Moving on. I don't know if I'm skipping any scenes here, but we're in a bar now. Yeah.
Like, please keep going. Saying we're in a bar now doesn't give me anything.
We're with the security guard that was watching Magneto. You know, he's in a bar, he's drinking a drink, and on the news they're talking about, you know, the attack. He's like, yo, turn that mess off. Tired of it. And this random blonde lady turns around. She's like, yeah,
having a rough day, big guy.
You need a drink. Here, I got you a drink.
You want another beer? Of course you do.
Yeah, and they, you know, escalate things. And I'm, okay, first one. Who takes a beer to the bathroom? Who doesn't finish it at the table if you're going to finish it? 2, this is why you never take drinks from strangers.
Yeah.
You have to, if you're above the age of 21 and someone buys you a drink, make sure you watch the bartender pour the drink. Okay?
Don't like, yeah, someone just bring it, hey, I got this drink for you. Then you can give me another one. Because I'm not drinking it.
Yeah, it was, they showed us, but, you know, there was 2
roofies, 2 little
pills at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so at first I was like, okay, we were on the same wavelength. This is her, like, you know, I don't know, sizing him up, like, yeah, figuring out what he looks like, I guess. Or yes, or like taking his badge or something.
That's exactly. I'm like, oh, like she about to take his badge, or like she gotta knock him out so like he don't show up to work after she show up.
Yeah.
And then I saw her pull his pants down. I was like, whoa.
Okay. Anyways, our battery unexpectedly died. We were saying, yeah, I don't know why I thought this. I thought she was just taking his clothes. But she had to change to his clothes, which doesn't make any sense.
No, because she literally can create clothes from her body, which I already think that is very strange. Like, that already makes me so confused. How do you make clothes out of thin air? Like, you were naked. Like, you're naked. You're not like, maybe you don't have clothes on your body that you're just turning into different clothes. Like, you just, and it's like, are those clothes then a part of her skin? Like, if she were to take those clothes off, like,
I think it's just easier.
Like, if we just don't think about it.
Like, yeah, movie magic.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm thinking, right, she take her clothes off while she in disguise, okay? And then what if she leaves that clothing behind and then turns back into herself? Does that piece of clothing disappear or does it stay there? Because now she just made something out of thin air. What if she made herself a $1 million dress? Now she has $1 million. Like, that's crazy.
I don't have the answers for you.
Dang it.
But basically, okay. Anyways,
yeah.
Charles is captured. You know, first thing that annoyed me, they got this man in handcuffs.
No, for real.
He can't walk.
How he's gonna get up in her?
Where is he going?
Maybe, like, you know, move his wheelchair around. They could have put a boot on it. Not moving nowhere.
He wasn't even in a wheelchair, I think. I think he was just in a chair.
No, he was in his wheelchair.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Still. I'm like, dude.
But, you know, restrain him of
be so for
all costs. Because, like, you know, when you think about kidnappings or, like, whatever kinds of things that we may have seen in movies, they usually tie their wrists and they also bound their hands. So they're like, oh, legs is already taken care of. We don't need to do nothing with that. So, like,
what are you going to do with his hands?
Something. He could do something with his hands. If you are trying to restrain someone, you're not going to let their hands be free. Even if they can't walk, they can still be creative. He's a smart man.
But he can't go nowhere. He can't use his brain.
He can use his brain to do something with his hands. He might start throwing punches. You never know.
Don't get that close. Next.
Nah, bro. They had to make sure.
Anyways, we get to know the evil plan. It was Stryker all along. He's over here mind controlling mutants, and we find out his assistant. Basically, we find out, not fully, but the hint again that his assistant is a mutant because she's like,
you don't like mutants,
Wait a
but
second. She's like re-clicking it into reality. Like she was controlled at first.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah. I just had I was seeing that they had alluded to that when Charles was like, you may say you don't like mutants, but you sure do surround yourself.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I like to control them.
Yeah, and then you saw him put her head down and give her more juice.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, he's controlling her too. That's messed up.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really sad at the end. We're anyway, continue.
Yeah, and then we put two together, and I think they say it too. He was controlling Nightcrawler. Mm-hmm. The time he attacked the president, which is basically just it was a setup.
Yes,
mutants were actually upset. He just wanted a reason to
correct go in there and get Cerebro and escalate these plans. Absolutely.
Yep. And then we get introduced to Jason.
Yep.
Which is great. I thought he was gonna be this young guy. Jason looked older than his daddy.
He did not look older than. Well, maybe he did look a little bit older. He was in distress. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Trauma
he was
ages
tested
you.
On and
yeah.
I
mean, and his brain fluids are constantly being siphoned out of him so that he can get this control juice. And first of all, why is it green? Second of all, how are you getting juice from his brain on a constant state? But he's a scientist. He somehow managed to turn a skeleton into metal. So he obviously has some kind of wisdom.
Knowledge. But yeah, he's like, I can't believe you're doing this to your son. He's like, no, my son is dead.
He died after his mama, which is crazy. R.I.P. his mama.
Right.
And it's we see that Stryker has this personal vendetta against mutants and this personal relationship to mutants. And I don't understand how the government is allowing him to work in the situation like this without any regards to conflict of interest, because they do that.
He's lying. They don't know.
Interesting.
He's working underground. He's lying.
But it's also so then what was told when his wife died from a freaking screwdriver, a drill to the temple.
She offed herself.
Wow, what a brutal way.
She was depressed.
That's insane. But yeah, anyway, continue.
But yeah, basically, Charles got, and Jason is trying to manipulate him to do what Stryker wants.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are we back to Mystique?
No, we're back at Bobby's house.
Okay. We're with Wolverine and his accompanied people. Not Ronnie. What the heck is that child's
name? Bobby, and Rogue. Yup.
Jesus.
We see Rogue and Bobby having a little moment upstairs.
Well, yeah. First, they're we need to go to Boston because that's where Storm and Jean are. It's who lives in Boston? Oh, my parents live in Boston.
Great. Let's go.
So yeah, they're all in Boston. They're at Bobby's house. His parents aren't home yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we see another teen hormonal episode. You're not gonna hurt me, baby girl. Come on.
Hey.
And the first time she didn't. She just took the powers a little bit, and then it was over, and they did too much.
Yeah, then they got a little bit more intimate. Who? But it's okay.
But it felt, I can't figure out Bobby's emotion. Afterwards, after he stepped back, it looked like he was kind of upset.
I think that he was just taken aback. I think that he was just woo, needed to catch his breath. But I think that he is all about Rogue. I think that he cares about her very deeply. Yeah, and I think that he is willing to bear the pain, but it's well, it still is painful. So I just needed to take a moment, feel it. He immediately was no, it's okay. Yeah, and he doesn't. No. We don't see him treat her any differently. Yeah. After this point, so yeah, I think he might love her or something.
Yeah, I can't figure out his facial emotions. So
yeah, great. Okay, you can relate.
Anyways, his parents come home.
Oh wait, but first we see that John is jealous. John is like resentful. John must not have his own kind of family because John was downstairs.
Oh, the family. Okay, I was like, he jealous of Rogue. I never got that. Okay.
No. He is jealous of the family. He's looking at the family pictures. Me mugging.
He probably is, the stereotypical mutant whose like parents were scared or like kicked him out. Like he doesn't have this family dynamic. But it's also interesting because like when his parents come home and Bobby tells him, when they do tell him, John, oh my gosh, I can't remember this kid's name. John is very much like he stands up for Bobby in a sense. Like he's like, yeah, like your son is a mutant, like he's cool, like what's your problem?
Yeah.
So it's a quick switch.
Yeah. I think it's also like he's a young person. He also has a lot of hormones going on inside of him, trauma. So it's like, all of these things influencing.
But yeah, Bobby tells his parents he's a mutant. We can see another form of jealousy. I feel it's not jealousy. I feel like it might be a mix.
Yeah.
Like jealousy and like fear and like...
I don't think he was scared. I don't think that he was scared at all. I think he only got scared when like things were blowing up and S was hitting the fan. But he did it purely out of resentment. It must be... I would guess that Bobby is the older brother. Yeah. And Bobby always does things right. Gifted. Like he's gifted. He must be intelligent. Like for him to be going to a gifted school, or for them to think that. And like must have been gotten a lot of the center of attention.
He also like got a little bit in trouble when they first walked in. I don't remember what he said, but his father was saying something to Ronnie. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it's crazy.
You call the cops on your brother.
To call the cops on your brother,
like insane. Like
that's crazy work.
Like he's like, there's people here and they won't let us leave. And then the cops come in, automatically escalating the situation.
That's illegal!
And I wrote it down. Bro, why did they break the door? They said, open the door, break it.
That's literally illegal because the people, you can't come into someone's home without a warrant unless, they're a criminal, they're wanted. I'm pretty sure this is true. Please fact check me. But the people who are wanted are outside. The people who are in the house are his parents. They're not wanted. They're innocent. They also broke in without being let in.
Correct. And it's like, if they were told that this was a hostage situation,
you don't break in.
You don't escalate the situation because now you could be harming hostages. And like, then they started manhandling the hostages, so-called hostages, because no one was a hostage in the situation. But it's like, this is insane. But I feel like, Marvel always does this. They always paint the cops as like some kind of idiotic organization that does not do anything properly. They just always mishandle the situation. Marvel, we're clocking your tea, girl.
Apparently, this is 8 in sign language.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you 8.
You like, literally. We were like, we're multilingual. Period.
Clocking. You're hilarious. Okay. But yeah, his parents are weirdos. Did you ever just try not being a mutant? Girl, did you ever try eating my ass?
That was crazy work. Like, girl,
like what? What? And she was like, this is all my fault.
And he was like, actually it's his fault.
Daddy's fault.
It's found in the male gene.
Like, you want to blame somebody, blame him. He
was quiet the whole time too.
Right? Like, stand up for yourself. Say something to your son.
They definitely, it's definitely giving like they don't support mutants, but they don't support mutants. But like, this is my son. Like, I still love you, but like,
not an ally.
But they were like, yeah, like I'm like, oh no, but we still love you, Bobby. But like
the mutant problem, what mutant problem? And like, I guess it was also pretty intimidating. It's like 4 against 3 right now, and they're like, we're just trying to have a conversation with our son.
Yeah, but like Bobby is like, he's smiling. He's like, yeah, like I finally get to like share a piece of myself with you. Like when he shows off his powers, he's all smiley and happy.
Yeah, like they just like,
and she's scared. She's
it's ice, girl. You ain't never seen ice before. Like people be acting.
It's not like he has some crazy powers.
Like he started spitting acid across the room.
Makes you start imagining something
like demons or something. It's like, no, bro. He literally just froze your cup. Like infinite ice machine right here. Please invite him to all the barbecues. Like I don't understand why you're mad. But yeah.
The cops pull up, you know. They outside, they trying to run away. They outside. They, you know, got Wolverine, and Rogue is like, oh my god! I think she forgets that he can regenerate.
Because, I mean, it was like seeing somebody get his shot in the head is like jump scare. That's probably not a very comforting thing, no matter how much you remember. Because, like, he's still dead technically for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, and John just angry.
John trying to save the day now. He's like, I'm not finna take this. I got powers.
I feel like
push me around.
Less about saving the day, more about proving a point and like expressing his anger and emotions that he's feeling about probably not having a family. And like now somebody just got shot. Like, oh, this is a perfect reason for me to be angry. Like he was
time to set everything on fire.
Correct. He's like, yeah, you heard about those dangerous mutants. I'm the worst one. Let me light my lighter real quick. What if it's raining and you can't? Now what? Like, bro, come on now.
That's hilarious.
And then like shooting flames into the house too. Like, bro, you could have literally burned down this whole house. Like that was.
I think that was the point.
Let me actually burn all these family pictures.
Yeah, because they called the cops on them.
Ronnie did.
You don't owe them nothing.
And then they all upstairs watching, and Ronnie just looking
disgusted.
Like, it had the nerve to be scared when things started blowing up. Like, boy, like you started this. You could have just talked to your brother. Maybe you should have just fought him. Fight it out. Why you calling the cops?
Because he's a wuss.
Mm-hmm.
Was he? Anyways, Wolverine's not dead. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my gosh, who would have thought?
Yeah, Rogue stops John from being crazy, setting the whole block on fire. And Jean and Storm and Nightcrawler to the rescue.
Roll up. But I wanted to say that Bobby did look a little bit scared when he saw what Rogue was doing. And I thought that they were going to play more into that. I'm honestly a little bit happy that they did not, because, like, honestly, we need to stop demonizing Rogue for, like, using her powers to either save her life or save the day. And, yeah. Well, they weren't mad at her in the first one. That was Mystique gaslighting her. Never mind. I forgot. But, yeah, he did look a little bit scared.
I feel like going off of what you were saying earlier about him being down for Rogue, I feel like it was more of a worrisome. Like worried about like John and worried about Rogue.
Yeah.
Because Wolverine is laying on the ground unconscious in front of her, and she screamed. So he's probably like, oh my gosh, like she's freaking out. And then like now he knows how painful it is, so maybe he's like, oh no, like for John. But she didn't hold him. He was fine.
Yeah, he was fine. But like I was interested to see like how long she would have gone, because the only reason that she stopped is because she got interrupted by the helicopter coming down. So it's like, how long would that have lasted? Like, ooh, oh my goodness. But then that just kind of got wrapped up in.
I think she would just went as long as until the fire was taken out.
I think so too. But like I was more so thinking like, okay, at that point would they have done like their movie thing, like, oh, now this done made him dead, like this, you know? But whatever, that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I don't know if we preferenced this earlier, but now we officially know that Stryker was a part of creating, some of the mutants. He had like his own little division or whatnot. Oh, yeah. We already talked about that.
Stryker created mutants?
Yeah.
Or you're like experimenting on them?
No.
How was he creating mutants? What are you talking about?
Didn't he create Wolverine?
No, he didn't create. Wolverine was already a mutant. He just made his skeleton adamantium.
Yeah.
But that, like, he already had powers. Like, I'm not trying. Like, he already was able to do that. He just made his bones adamantium. So before his things would come out, but they'll be bone.
Oh!
Yeah. So, like, they still are bone. His bone is just now adamantium.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, so, yeah. Like, he already had the powers of being Wolverine and, like, healing, being, like, not aging. He already had all of that before he met Stryker. Oh. And with Stryker, his skeleton just became adamantium.
And I watched that movie.
Wolverine Origins.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we watched that in the. I don't know, but whatever. But you've seen that one, so yes, you know.
I did not know.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. Okay, well, never mind. Oh,
We should be at the point where Magneto's escaping.
I didn't write any of that down.
So yes, we find out that the thing that Mystique injected him with, because she was not stealing his clothes or anything like that, she injected him with something, and it was iron. She put a whole bunch of iron in his body.
Huh. Yeah. I thought I would have wrote that down because I was confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was confused as well because like it was this metally substance.
Yes, because yeah. So sorry. Okay, we're at the prison or whatever, and the security guard goes in. So yeah, I'm thinking
like this being scanned. Yeah,
this is Mystique because they're like they detected something. So I'm like, okay, she's bringing something in to like give him escaped or whatever, and then they're like, yeah, actually no, you're good.
You're okay. Like maybe it was just messed up.
But and he was acting a little funny too, the security guard. Like not like how he was last time. And then he was like, yeah, no, you got some extra iron in your blood, like, and then blah 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 blah, you should take blah 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 blah. It's why you don't talk to pretty girls or something. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, like you should always like don't sleep with pretty girls, especially ones that are interested in you.
Yeah,
you little pig.
And then,
but I'm
which is crazy work to take like 2 little droplets of iron from someone's blood.
But it's like, also we have to think about like the concentration of those like 2 little droplets. But it's like we saw all the things that he was able to do with it. Like he stretched it to make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like that's
powerful. No, yeah, when I was seeing this, I was like, bro literally has the method. Like he has the method down packed. Like he's been doing this for a long time. So like he's been practicing his skills for a long time.
Yeah, and to sense that too.
No, literally, like
he doesn't have contact with Mystique. Like he doesn't know when she's coming.
No, he literally sensed the metal, and then he like already knew like that's my girl. Looking out, a ride or die for real.
For real.
Like dang, get y'all a Mystique.
Like she could have ran away.
She could have. She could have done so many things. She could have literally be president.
Literally.
But yeah, I was thinking that death probably felt like 1,000 cuts because it's like all of those like probably felt like little shards of metal coming out of your body, probably cutting up all types of internal organs. Because I was expecting to see more blood start to come out from his body, but like it didn't. So I was like, it's probably like a lot of internal things going on, or maybe all his blood is just gone. Where did the rest of the blood go? Because he took the metal, he took the iron, he separated it, and then like the blood just kind of.
Well, someone was on his shirt.
Some was on his shirt.
I don't know.
Me neither. But continue on.
Yeah, he escaped.
No, literally, like that's it. Like he escaped. Like that, there was no big thing. He just escaped.
He escaped. Yes. Oh, I'm like, okay, how do they connect? And so we're in the plane. They're flying to somewhere.
They don't say where. I think maybe like getting back to base.
Oh, they're going back to the academy. They were going back to the academy, and 2 airplanes are like, "Yo, get down right now! Like we finna shoot you down! Like get down now!
We need to escort you. Lower your altitude."
Yes, and then they start attacking them. It's like, yeah, like they're falling back. Like they're gonna attack us.
He's like, oh yeah, I wonder why.
And yeah, they get attacked. They get saved by Magneto. And that's where they link up. They team up. They Magneto
together.
Yeah, Magneto tells them all the information that he knows. Charles is captured. He's trying to recreate blah 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 and who blah blah blah. We already talked about all this.
And continue.
I wrote down Cheater, pumpkin eater.
No, for real. I'm like, bro, why is this such a freaky campsite? Why? What? Come on, bro.
Jean and Wolverine are talking, and like they kiss, and she's like, no, like I love him, like I'm not gonna leave him for a flake, like you're not gonna stay home, like you just gonna leave again, like.
And it's like,
I love my man,
and it's like, okay, right, like sure. This man, he goes off on another excursion, like a separate excursion by himself to go handle some stuff a little bit later. And she's talking about,
like, yeah, left. I knew it.
Like, you know, for real, like, oh, he left. And it's like, if he was to stay and like stick around and show you that he's the man that sticks around, all he's doing is sticking around to watch you be with another man. So it's like, why are you acting like this? And it's like, oh, you know, yeah, like the girl, she flirts with the dangerous guy, Logan, but like she marries the good guy. And it's like, it sounds like you're bored. It sounds like you're bored in your relationship.
No, literally. And I was like, she doesn't flirt with someone else. That's not how it works. Like, you're not supposed to just go around get married flirting with other people.
Flirt with your man. Like, girls, stop being weirdo.
Really missing right now, and you're kissing another man. Don't keep me off.
Like, you're talking like, don't make me. And it's like you're kissing him back. It's not like he just kissing you. You're like, oh my goodness. Like, no, like you're like you're engulfed in it. Like, you wanted that. You needed that.
And this is, we talked about this earlier, but this is where Mystique got me again. No, I thought it was Jean going into the tent. And I was like,
her freaky self sitting there.
The cheater.
She watching. I'm like, oh.
But it was Mystique the whole time.
Talking about, what do you want?
Like, yeah, like I know you want this baby. Come on.
No, yeah, like she was like, nobody ever left a scar like you. Like, first of all, why does that make you want to get with him? Daddy Second issues. Of all,
you don't know this man. He don't know you.
They done fought before, so that was enough. Like, I don't know what it is that was just turning her gears about him, but like, that was so weird and random.
It was giving like male director energy.
Unless like, there is something in the comics where they have some type of like relationship.
For like one scene.
Yeah.
Like, is it ever brought up again?
I don't think so. So it's like, yeah, like that was so irrelevant. Random.
Like,
that
delete a scene, leave it out.
Unnecessary.
Oh my gosh, it would be so fun in the future manifesting it. Like, to like rent out a movie theater for like a premiere and like invite. We need to make more friends. Invite a bunch of friends. We don't have enough friends to fill a movie theater.
And like that are going to be interested in Marvel.
I don't care if they're interested.
Sit down and watch.
Exactly. Like, we can like have like, you know, like influencer friends. Like,
yeah,
get our own like little
creators.
Community.
Like, yeah. We looking for y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh,
freaky campsite.
Her cheating. Okay. Yeah, there is, because I wrote down so many flirts. First Logan, now Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
This man was flirting so hard with Storm, and I was like it was like, I see it, but I feel like part of it was forced. Like, I feel like because he was flirting with someone else too afterwards. I think he was flirting with Mystique for a little bit too, and I'm like, okay, didn't know.
Yeah, like
they roll in Germany.
Yeah, right before she went to go try to seduce X-Men. Yeah. I mean, Wolverine. Yeah,
but they were up in that plane flirting and chit chat.
But see, I also like peep. I'm like, they kind of have this angry black woman and like God fearing white man.
He's not
like,
even white though.
Yeah.
Oh, he's German.
Yeah, and like when he was not blue skinned, he was a white skinned man. Like in the Oval Office when he was going to attack. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, that's very interesting that they had this like kind of dynamic going on, because she's like
tropes.
Yeah, she's like, like I done ran out of pity. Like,
yeah,
I'm just like, sometimes anger
helps me survive.
Yeah, like I'm just gotta do like, but you gotta have faith. Like, you're too pretty to be angry.
Yeah, I was like,
faith. I'm like, oh,
T,
got it.
I don't really like her acting that much.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I don't really like her Storm. Like, I think maybe
is there another Storm?
I don't know, but I've seen Halle Berry act in, like, you know, as Catwoman. Like, that was cool.
That's Halle Berry?
Yeah.
That's crazy. No way, I didn't know who that woman was.
Who's this lady.
Sorry to that man.
She could have walked on that
man's I wouldn't know what that
wouldn't know a thing. Yeah, girl, that's her.
I have seen Catwoman, but that was so long ago.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
So like I'm wondering like if this is just how they wrote Storm, because I also didn't really like her in the first movie. I thought that, but like I feel like, is this also, you know, them being weird like with her being a black woman? Like, are they just like, is this their thing for writing black characters, like this support character who doesn't really, I don't know, have her own backbone?
Oh my god, yeah, she's the only black person on the cast.
Yeah. And like Storm is black in the comics, so it's it's not like this is anything different.
No,
I don't. Yeah,
early 2000s. It comes with the territory.
It do.
Unfortunately, that's kind of ironic though, because people want Kiki to play.
Yes, they do.
Storm.
Yes, they do. But yeah, what you got to say about this fight that we got going on? You know, we get the. Oh, I do want to say from the you know, I call them Team X and Team M because, you know, we got the X-Men and we got Magneto team, and they camping together. But Magneto, he's influencing John. He's like, just know that you are a god walking among the insects.
Yes, and like Pyro. I was like, is Pyro gonna be a problem? Question mark.
Pyro maniac,
because he is like hyping up his, you know, his head, his ego now.
Yeah. Inflating his brain.
Okay, but yeah, before all that happens, we're, you know, on the plane, and they're talking about who's gonna like go in and extort the information. And yeah, Logan's like, nah, I'll do it. Like,
he's not gonna kill me.
Yeah,
but do you know how to work? I'll take my chances. I'm not.
Yeah, and so Mystique goes in, and this brings up the question. I wrote it weird here. I find it so interesting. Stay with me. Hopefully.
I'm with you.
Because, okay. What is the actor's name? Hugh
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Grantman. Hugh Grant.
Hugh Jackman. He's playing himself, right? But he's playing Mystique playing him. So I've always wondered if actors like go in. This isn't really a question for you, it's a general question. But like, if actors go in like playing themselves when they know like they're being someone else, like someone's being them, or are they taking on like was in his head he was taking on the role of Mystique being him?
I think,
or was he just being himself?
I think they genuinely do take on like when things like that happen with those layers. I think they do like kind of take it into their mindset because it's like, you know, acting is literally their job. So it's like they're about to take that mess serious. Like, you know, the good actors at least. And I feel like Hugh Jackman would be considered a good actor. So it's like, yeah, I honestly think that he would, especially relating it back to the first movie where like you can kind of see him being more sassy. And
I did see it, like the little sassy walk with the different character when she was impersonating, I think, the security guard. And yeah, it was little, I was like, wait a second. But it was him the whole time. It was the actual security guard. So I'm like, what is happening?
Maybe he's just a little sassy.
He was.
he likes to beat on old people.
And now he can't. Never again.
Never again.
Okay. Anyways, I always find it interesting that in this movie they're always like welcoming Logan home, and like that's part of his arc. Like he doesn't know his home, like he doesn't know anything about his background. So it's very funny because Stryker like welcomes him home when they Mystique home when he like comes in. He's like, yeah, welcome home, because he doesn't know it, but you know, he used to be there. Volunteered.
Which is what I find interesting, because I definitely am looking forward to like re-upping on Wolverine Origins, because I don't remember him like
volunteering.
Yeah, like being with Stryker.
I remember he was in the army.
Exactly. I remember he was in the army, and I remember like he was fighting with him for like certain things, but then he's like stopped and left and like, you know, tried to go live his own life, and then
but also
sucked back in, and that's when the adamantium happened to him.
Yeah. Also, everything I'm remembering from that right now is from Deadpool. So,
yeah.
My information might be a little skewed. They didn't even clean that up nicely.
For the Deadpool situation? Like the end of the movie, or like
the connection.
Mm.
And he literally admitted it in the Deadpool movies, like through the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Like when he went back, I think it was the second one. Like went back and like killed his other self from the end of the movie.
Like,
well, that's over.
Yep, I gotta get that.
Anyways, back to this movie.
He gets welcome home.
Yeah, Mystique. I was reading my notes.
Yeah. Oh,
my bad. She infiltrates, the little thing. She finds out all the information. They all go in, and they're setting off to go save the kids, and they're setting off to go save Charles. And where's Wolverine?
Also, Stryker knew right away when he got face to face. He was like,
I know my creation.
I know my work, and you's not it.
Which is
shoot that thing.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, it's basically picture perfect, the exact same. Maybe it was like the mannerisms or something that he could tell.
Yeah. I think maybe.
Mad scientist.
Obsessed. He's mad he's not a mutant, honestly.
But if he's a scientist, he can make it work.
He can use science powers.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, here's Wolverine being flaky again, and like we were saying earlier, Gina's like, left again. I wrote down, why would she leave her man for someone who's flaky? Like, I get it, but like, I also wouldn't cheat on my man.
Like, I wouldn't even be flirting, entertaining the idea. So it's like, what are you doing, girl? Get it together. Anyway.
But yeah, now we have, again, different storylines. We're separating again. They're going to save the kids. They find the kids. They get down there. Yay. There's nothing really special about that. It's just like them, like, I feel like it's just like growing their connection, like Storm and Nightcrawler. Like they're flirting.
Yeah.
Or some. Is there something between them in the future? Or is that just this movie?
We don't really see Nightcrawler again.
What the heck was the point?
Yeah.
And they're bringing him back in Doomsday.
Okay.
That's why I thought this movie was like so much more important for his character, because they're bringing his character back in Doomsday.
I mean, that's cool. Like, that's good. Like, he has a cool power. Like, he can definitely be helpful. But like, I do believe we see like someone with Nightcrawler's powers, but it's like it's a different person. Like, and they're red and they're not blue. Yeah. But I think like we don't get more of him because like we don't get more X-Men of like this timeline. Like, we get more X-Men movies, but it's not like, oh, we get X3 where now we have like Rogue and Bobby and like all of these same characters again. It's like, now we're going back in time. Now we're going forward in time. Now we're like in a different timeline. It's like,
Yeah, you keep saying this.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out next week. Anyways. They're trying to go save Charles, and Jean breaks off because her man come out and she's attacking her. Grr.
She said, "This is one lover's quarrel we do not want to get a part of. Let's go, Mystique."
Yes, they're fighting each other. This is not that important either.
No, it is important because of him shooting, his little lasers at her and her having to stop it. That's what messes up the integrity of the dam.
Word.
So that's what sets in motion. Like, now all of a sudden they're on a time crunch.
Word.
Yeah. So, which is very fitting considering like she caused the problem and like she was the one to
fix it.
Well, pay the price for it.
Yes, Wolverine is going to interrogate Stryker. He wants to figure out like what you've been talking about. Like, why is this my home? Like, come on, tell me something. And we find out now, proven, his assistant is a mutant.
Yep.
She's mind controlled. And surprise, surprise,
supposed to mimic Wolverine.
Got the same abilities that you got.
And I thought it was a very cool detail that they had her nails silver. And it's like, that makes sense. Well, Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. Because I was about to say, like, our nails are bone. Like, they're skin cells. They're not bone. So it's like, that doesn't really.
Yeah. I was thinking, though, when I saw it, I was like, okay, does it hurt for her then? Because it's not, like, coming out of skin. It's just growing. Like, it doesn't hurt when our nails grow.
That's very true, too. But it also grows at a slower rate. Like, I'm thinking about, like, the sensation of whatever it is, like, coming out of her. Yeah. Because, like, I would think that it's not something growing rapidly. Like, just something is shooting out from, like, under her nail, like, under this skin.
Well,
right
yeah,
here.
but, like, you know, like, when... This is a bad example. But, like, when you get teeth... When teeth come in, that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going slow.
Yeah.
But also, like you were saying, these aren't bone.
And, like...
So are these her nails? Or are they bone?
That's what I'm wondering. Because, like, with Wolverine, it is bone. So it's like, yeah, that do make sense. Like, not only is it cutting right here, but it's like that bone is like... But I feel like his bones will be placed in a way that would allow him... You know, I don't know. Maybe it does hurt for her. Yep. But she not even locked in for real, so she don't even know if it hurt.
True. But yeah, this is just not just. This is very interesting because it's like two
killable,
undestructible individuals fighting each other. Like, how's it gonna end? You know, like, pow, I stab you. Oh my gosh, you regrow. It took him a while to figure out that she regenerates. Like, what do you think he meant when he said she has the same powers as you?
Like, I thought you were one of one, but no. Like, so anything that you think, just think that she has that too.
Literally, he was so shocked when she was like,
he's like, oh my goodness.
He's so real right now.
But Magneto said he didn't have faith in his smartness, so there's that.
But yeah, unfortunately,
right. Yeah.
R.I.P. And he feels sad at the end too, because we see her eyes change, and we see like she's no longer under the mind control, and she's just like a regular girl,
regular mutant girl
in the world.
Yeah, just had these funky nail powers, and now all of a sudden she got adamantium skeleton and is mind control.
Yeah. Sad. R.I.P. to that girl. She never got a name.
Literally. He's right.
Anyways, Magneto and Mystique, you know, they're going to stop Charles. But surprise, surprise.
He has an alternate plan.
They don't stop Charles. They just change the plan from trying to kill all the mutants to kill all the humans.
Yeah. He really almost got them, too. He almost had all the mutants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, and I also don't, like, I'm confused about Jason's relationship with his father. Like, is Jason also under his, like, being controlled? Because, like, it's like, I feel like he's being controlled, or, like, he was groomed to want to please him. Because, like, when things are hitting the fan, Jason in little girl form is like, he's gonna be so mad at me, and like screams and runs away. So it's like, to some extent, he wants to please his father, but it's like when he got shocked by like the sensation of like he was also being hurt by concentrate real hard, find all the mutants. Like, I was wondering, like, oh, that's not gonna like shock him out of the mind control. Like, that's what I thought. That
very powerful.
Yeah, he like the mind control is powerful in itself, and it's like not that would Charles wake out of the delusion, but would baby boy?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Really, okay, yeah. It's just like, oh, like you felt the pain, and it's like, why would I want to help this pain continue on? Like, why not just?
Yeah. No, I definitely think he's mind controlled because he has the same little thing on his back. But I also, before when you were talking, I feel like part of it is just like human nature, like wanting to please your father. Like, that's just like a kid thing. But I also feel like part of it might be fear, because he is his test subject.
Yeah.
So maybe he's scared of him being mad because he's going to get hurt himself. So I feel like all three play a role in like the characteristics there. And yeah, I feel like the younger him was definitely subconscious talking as well.
Yeah. But bro, I also thought it was really strange. I feel like Stryker was intentional about like making Jason appear as a little girl in these delusions. Like why?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's something done out of resentment. Like possibly he wanted a daughter in the first place.
Oh.
And like never wanted a son. Is like I don't know, like I feel like everything he does is very intentional in like a torture kind of manner.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah, like why wouldn't you just allow your son to be a little boy?
I saw it as like stereotypical of like the patriarchy kind of like.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Poor little girl, like you have to like protect. She's wearing, a cute little dress. Mm-hmm. You have to protect this little girl, like to intrigue Charles more.
Yes,
I feel like stereotypically, like little boys is less like protection. Mm-hmm. I need to protect you. I need to do this for you.
Yes, I agree that like. And that's what I was thinking about at first as well. And then once I was hearing like, oh, like he's gonna be so mad at me, and like just thinking about Stryker's influence that he could have had in like the way Jason does his delusions, it's like, like possibly.
Because yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he was still a child. Like when he was messing with his parents. Like I was watching Jessica Jones. And with Kilgrave and him like talking about his parents and like being, messing with them and like making them hurt himself and stuff. He was like, I was still a child. Like I had a tantrum because I was a kid. So I feel like maybe it was along that field.
Yeah.
Like you still have to raise me to be a good person. Like correct. I don't know any better.
Yeah. Very real. Very real.
But yeah, Magneto gets in there pretty
no reverse.
Yeah, pretty real easily. He has the helmet. I'm like, how do you do that so easily? You're like, not get in here.
Because he sure did look at him like, nope, you can't get me.
Yeah, but he reversed it, trying to get all the humans. And they're, the team is figuring out like, oh no, Magneto betrayed us.
Surprise.
Like we have to stop Jean. Like, something's wrong.
Like girl, you've been saying that this whole time.
Something's
always wrong. Dang, Jean.
So they have to find, their own way to stop Charles, and then we have, this intimate scene with Storm and Nightcrawler. Yes.
This man's praying, in thy kingdom come. I
don't want to get stuck in a wall.
Listen, please. God was listening to your prayers. And and I also found this situation very interesting because I'm like, is Storm then immune to like all weather sensations?
Weather sensations.
Yeah, because like she was not cold. Like she wasn't freezing. She wasn't shaking in her boots. Like
I feel like it's like Elsa from Frozen.
Agree, but it's like she can control all kinds of weather. So it's like, is she immune to heat as well then? So it's like, I would like to know more about Storm.
I feel like it's like assumption. I feel like if it's her, like if she's controlling it,
yeah,
she's fine.
Yeah,
but like if she's on the beach and it's hot outside,
like it's really toasty.
I feel like she would just
let me cool it down. Yeah, let me cool it down a little bit.
Let me put this cloud right here.
So like, I wonder, can she? Because like everything that she does has something to do with like clouds or water. So I wonder if it's like the water that she can control. Well, I mean, well, I'm thinking about tornadoes, and tornadoes form because of like the movement of the air. But like, is a tornado a cloud? Like, is it a dirty cloud?
It's or, like
are we seeing wind?
It's air. Like
duh.
It's the mixture of cold and warm air.
Yeah. But like, and then like, the only thing,
clouds are like precipitation. Clouds are formed from like,
yeah, I know like clouds are just like water drops. Like clouds are literally just water droplets condensed together.
Like I feel like tornadoes are like wind.
Yes, the only thing that makes me confused about that is that like you can look into the sky and like you can see clouds in the sky turning into a tornado. Like you can see the clouds forming into a tornado, and also sometimes tornadoes have like thunderstorms on top of them. So like, yeah, I just wonder like, does her powers have something to do with like manipulating water molecules, or is it like water and air molecules? I need to find some comics about her. Like, I need to find out more information about this black woman. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, though, continue.
But yeah, they get in there, and Storm is not fooled. It's not real. I'm finna freeze you.
It's just a little girl.
No, it's not.
She literally said, "Don't believe anything we see in here." Do you not listen to instructions, Kurt? You
don't. Yeah, she freezes everyone. Charles snaps out of it. My thing is,
Jason.
They get out of there. They just leave Jason.
They sure do.
What about Jason?
They don't care about Jason.
That is crazy.
He's like, a perpetrator.
No, Charles knows that it's not his fault. Like, he was under mind control, and he just willingly leaves. He's not like, oh wait.
That's true. He is. He did not say, oh no. Wait. But it's like, yeah.
What about Jason?
But it's like, hey, you know, just R.I.P. Jason.
That's crazy work. They left that Jason. Wow. Crazy. That's what I wrote.
He said that no word, just wow.
Like, not even, it wasn't even mentioned at all.
They just was like,
they literally just left.
Done with that. A good mission's work. Like, whoa, okay.
Anyways, yeah, Wolverine's outside with Stryker, and she tied him up, and then he runs back inside like, I gotta save my friends. Mm-hmm. And so he's, running around trying to save his friends, and his friends are like, wow. Jean's like, oh, he really left. Like, we're about to, like, drown, and Wolverine's not here. Oh my gosh, there he is.
Yay, everything is right with the world.
I don't want to go that way.
Bro, I feel like she also let herself die so that she did not have to choose between two men.
We'll get there.
I feel like...
We'll get there!
Okay, alright.
Anyways, yeah, Wolverine goes back in to save them. They're all saved, but turns out Magneto left. And they took...
The helicopter was right here. But, like, everyone was going to fit in the helicopter. Everyone was going to fit in the helicopter.
They took Ronnie with them because Ronnie was trying to go out and, like, save the day. And they were like, they said to stay here. He's like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, was the plane parked far away? Because I'm like, how did he never get inside of the building? Like, he was just standing there in the woods.
He was killing the mutants. And so he was stunned.
You're right. He never got a chance to get in. And then he was just, like, standing there. And they're like...
he saw
They looked at each other and they were like... Yeah. Let's get him on the team.
We can take him in.
Also, never let Rogue drive the freaking boat. Why was she screaming, landing it? Like, I understand you were scared, girl. But, like, if you up there...
And clenching on afterwards.
Like, with her eyes closed.
Let go. It's okay. Babe, you parked.
Like, you're
on the ground.
It says emergency landing activated. But hey, she's a girl. She's a teenager. She was scared. She's literally just a girl in the world. Okay, God bless her.
Anyways, yeah, they're running. This made no sense. Like, it makes sense for the dialogue that was happening, but it made no sense.
Tell me.
They're running, and little boy trips. Mm-hmm. Wolverine picks him up, carries him. He sees Stryker. He turns around, still with the little boy in his arms.
Bro, that's what
turns around and walks towards Stryker, has a whole dialogue, still has the little boy in his arms.
No,
he's like, yeah, blah, 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 with that little thing in your arms, and he says some piece. He takes his things off and throw it at him, and he walks away still with the little boy in his arms. That boy can walk.
That boy can't walk. That boy was not injured
in
any way.
That boy has 2 legs.
And I also was like, bro... Why did you take him over there to go see this man chained up to a wall?
No, literally, drop the little boy, tell him to follow the others,
or just say, hey, come get this. But it's like, all right, y'all got it. You got it, guys.
This whole movie was don't pee me off.
Don't put me out.
I did write down his dog tag.
Numbers?
I don't know if that's important.
Yeah, I looked at those numbers and I was like, I wonder if those numbers are important, but I feel like we never really get into. I mean, maybe if we added it up, it was like Kevin's birthday or something.
Who was Kevin?
Kevin Feige, whatever his last name is.
The producer?
Yeah.
But I mean, back in the day, it's Stan.
He was here too. It literally said it in the credits. I wrote it down.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, back in the day, he was like, Stan was still number one. Also, he's not in here.
He's not in here shown, but he doesn't ever, like, he's not ever shown in any of the other Marvel movies. Like, it's only in the MCU where he pops up.
He pops up in outside of MCU movies.
Oh. Well,
he was in Spider-Man.
Oh, well. Yes,
and Deadpool.
Deadpool?
Mm-hmm.
The first one?
One of those. I saw, like, a thing of all his, not all of them, but some of his appearances.
That's crazy. And well, I just lied. But anyway, though.
You didn't lie. You didn't know. But I guess he didn't F with the X-Men.
I saw his name in the credits. Yeah, and then I saw produced by, and it was another name, and it was Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, oh, purr.
Yeah. Kevin has definitely been around, which makes sense, because, like, you would want someone
who's been around for, since the beginning, hope.
Yeah.
Purr.
Anyways, that scene was just so annoying. Like, put the little boy down. Right
now. But yeah, so now they're on the plane.
We're still not at the end of the movie.
Nope.
We're still going.
We're still actually trying to get off of the lake.
Literally. The plane won't start. And Jean's having this... this annoyed me so much. She's having this internal dialogue. What should I do? Oh my gosh. Like, the dam is coming. And, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, but my friends. And blah, blah, blah. And my man. And Logan. And, oh my god.
But, like... Also, it's a silent dialogue, too. Like,
yes,
she's just, like...
That's why it's so annoying.
Looking, and it's like... Oh,
yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, like... And it took forever. I feel like I was sitting there watching her for, like, 5 minutes. Girl,
you just don't like her.
I don't! I was like, girl, hurry up!
But it's like, also, they're getting on the plane. She's still flirting with Logan while her man is right there. And, like, they do a direct pan. Like, they're flirting, and then next thing you know, we're looking at Scott trying to get the plane working. Like, your man is trying to get us saved. And you're flirting with me. Like, come on now.
Anyways.
I was like, yeah, disrespectful. Mad disrespectful.
Yes. She leaves the plane. She goes and saves the day. You know, she gets the plane started up. She stops anyone from coming outside. I feel like they didn't say it directly, but, like, it's known that Charles is very weak right now. So, like, he can't help. But, you know, she talks through Charles. Just very...
I thought that was going to make them kiss.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. He's like, no, like, come back. Like, baby, no. And the old man.
He's like, I know what I'm doing, baby. I love...
And then, the plane gets in the air, and she's just like, okay, I can stop. And
whoosh.
There goes the dam.
And so, see... Now, when I first was watching this, I was like, now, why couldn't she just do all this from the plane? Like, but I'm like, okay, maybe she needed to be down there to, like, be more forceful with the water to, like, keep it from stopping. Because I'm just like, you couldn't have, like... But I feel like also that whole time while she was contemplating, oh my goodness, what should I do? She could have been using her telepathic powers to help get the ship started and up off of the ground.
Yeah. But obviously not.
Yeah. But I also peeped that it looked like she was about to set on fire. Like, right as she was... Like, right before she got washed away. Like, right as the thing got put up in the air. We could see, like, her eyes turned fiery. And, like she... Like, her temperature... Like, the color of her skin. And, like was starting to change. And I don't know if you peeped when she was narrating at the end, but I want to show you something once we get to that part. So
okay,
continue.
I will say her eyes did that before, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they did, and then like they did it just a little bit, and then they did it more at this moment. So it's like, something's happening here.
Yeah. So now that I know the information about Blondie,
Senator Kelly.
Yes. I have a different perspective of this last scene, but they're like, yeah, where to? And like, we need to get to DC right now. So I thought I thought Magneto like knew their plan failed or like thought their plan succeeded and like they were going to take over DC. That was not the case. They went, to DC to talk to the president.
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, oh, okay, Mystique is the president. Like, this man is fake.
It's fake.
But then, like, they stopped time and, like, they were talking to him. I was like, wait, this is the actual president.
Yeah. And they were so dramatic. Like, they really wanted to make an impact on this man. And I'm
Nightcrawler up in the corner.
No, for real, I was like, they should not have brought the assassin. Like, maybe that
waving at him
like
crazy word.
Like, hey, I know I tried to kill you a couple days ago, but like,
right,
what's up?
Like, you're not remorseful anymore. Like, okay, but Blondie is in the back in this scene.
Oh, I did not peep that.
Yes, that's so weird. Now that I know this is Mystique, she was there. So
I
she knows.
Yeah, what they had said to them, and I wonder if like the time freezing only works on humans, because like usually when he does the time freeze, I wonder, is it like he's being intentional with who he freezes time with, because like he was able to keep the president not frozen.
I think it's choice, like he's choosing.
It's like, yeah, I wonder if he can do that to mutants as well, like make it freeze time like that for them too, because it's like, if he cannot, then that means Mystique was in there playing Frozen, listening to everything, or she was actually frozen. And it's like also very interesting because he's only freezing the people in the moment that like he's around. Like he's not stopping time. Like everyone's just frozen. And I noticed this because in the museum, like someone was on the phone and you could hear them saying like, "Baby, can you still hear me? Like, hello?" And it's like, oh wow, like no one else, like he's not stopping time. Like it's just these people right here are just frozen for a moment. It's like, are they conscious? No. Can they like feel this? Like, this is very interesting.
But I don't think they're conscious, because when he unfreezes him, the people in the room are like Mr. President.
No, that was also bogus AF. That they were just like, let him go right back to live air after that crazy information. This man sitting with the folder in his hand like, just give me a second. So it takes you that long to find it? It does. It does.
He's trying to figure out if that was real or not.
Like
what should I say now?
Am I going crazy? Like, the sky was just dark.
No, literally. But yeah, we're back at the academy. Wolverine and Charles I don't remember what they were talking about.
Wolverine, Logan. I mean, yes.
Wolverine, Logan, and Charles.
And Xavier. No. Cyclops, aka Scott.
And,
yeah, they were talking
all
about
sad and mourning
because they loved her, and they're like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, could we have done
did not love her.
Yes, he did.
No,
he was in love. Stuff.
Exactly. That's different.
But like, no, for real, because he didn't even know her. Like, he didn't even know her. And it's like, also, you are like falling for a cheater. You don't think she's gonna cheat on you too?
Cheater's gonna cheat.
Cheaters
how you get them is how you lose them,
baby. But yeah.
We sound very.
Like, he is letting them know, like, no, it's not your fault. Like, Jean made a choice. Yes. And when he said that, I was like,
she definitely did make a choice.
She was like, I'm not choosing nobody. I'm gonna choose death.
But yeah, they leave, and Wolverine's like, yeah, she made a choice, and it was you. Hope you sit with that. But then we get, like, Charles is, looking out the window, like,
he's like,
who out there? Who you sensing right now?
No, for real. That's what he's like, you know what? I think everything is going to be okay. And then right after that, that's where we get a view of the lake, and Jean is talking about, changes and evolution, kind of just like alluding to like a change happening and coming about. And as this is happening, we're getting like a pan over the lake, and then we see like this golden figure start to form in the lake. Did you notice that?
Yes, but I didn't know what that was.
And
it looked like wings or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Phoenix.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I don't know for sure if they're going to connect that to, because like I said, I've never seen the Phoenix, but like,
I thought you were saying you did see it.
No, I never seen it.
Okay, well, yeah, that's where my theory was. So I literally was gonna ask you, like, is my theory correct? Now that you're saying all these words to me, because I definitely was like, okay, Jean chose. When I was watching, I was like, okay, Jean's not dead. Like, she chose to like run away. Like, she chose to like, I don't know, be a wuss and like.
Yeah, that's what I was also thinking too. I'm like, man, like, could she have like got hit with the water, but like also still not died? Like, because I'm
like
thinking, like,
there's a such thing as like swimming.
that is true, but the only thing that I would think that would, really put her in to sleep for good, it would be like the force of the water. Like, the water is heavy, and that water's moving really fast, so, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that instant hit of the water would, RIP her.
But then, like you were saying, I feel like, if she's, like, reincarnating or whatnot, but I feel like my brain is telling me, like, in the Phoenix, she's a whole different character. Like, they have, like, a backstory to her.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about, too, when it came to the Phoenix. It's like, the pictures that I was seeing of Jean was, like, the actress that they used for younger Jean. And, like, okay, also...
Unless, like, they start her over. Like, start her life over. Like, instead of reincarnating at the same age, she reincarnates, like, young.
Maybe. Because when I looked it up on Google, they were saying, like, in the comics, she transcends to something beyond death. So it's like, she's not alive, she's not dead, but, like, she's not, like, she's something else all in itself. Like, she becomes a new entity. And so I thought that was really interesting. And, I'm definitely intrigued to watch Phoenix.
Yeah, we're not going to get through this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. And that's it. There was no end scene credit.
Nope. How did you feel about
never
this?
Popped up. Like I was telling you off camera, the whole movie, sorry if this is like your favorite movie, I was like bored and then confused and then bored again and then confused and then I locked in at the end and then I was like, wait, this is not the ending? Like, there's still more? And then it ended.
Do you have a rating? Like,
that's how I felt.
Yeah. No stars.
Should we change it for like our summer or no?
No. Let's say continuity.
Okay. Probably like a 2 out of 6. Whoa.
That's hilarious.
Is that crazy?
I just think it's funny because of, like, what I rated it.
What, like a 6 out of 6?
No, but, like, a 5.5.
5.5 is insane!
Bro, like, because it's building up. It builds up the plot.
I think because you know...
Yeah.
What's happening.
Correct. I think I know what's happening.
I feel like if I were to go back and, like, after we finish everything, and then go back and watch everything, it'd be different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was bored. Like, I wanted to scroll on my phone.
Well, that's crazy. Because I was interested. I was like, wow, like, I feel like this was a fast watch for me. Yeah.
I had to watch this mess in 3 parts. Yes.
That's funny.
I was like, I can't.
I just need to close this. I need to, like, take a walk or something. Read a book after that. My gosh.
Dang.
Gosh dang.
Yeah, I don't know. So far, they're not, like, entertaining me. Like, the X-Men movies.
Do you think that, like, you're expecting something else from them that they're not giving?
I feel like it's rewatching these, like, early 2000s movies for the first time. And, like...
And you're just like, yeah, if I was alive during this, I would...
But, like, I feel like if I watched it when it came out, it'd be different. But now that we have cinema and how it is now, and knowing everything, and, like, people knowing right from wrong.
And, like, the weirdness, yeah.
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 Like, there's definitely differences in, like, how they act in this movie, and it's kind of, like, throwing me off. Like, their acting choices. Like, I feel if they were to film the X-Men movie now, it would come across differently. Like, the actors and what they would choose to bring to the characters. Like Storm...
Like, no, literally, Storm would be such a much better character.
Yeah, like, her acting is weird. Jean's acting is weird. Like, I would never ship Rogue Wolverine. Like, I would never be like, oh, Rogue has a crush on him. Like, that never once crossed my mind.
Yeah, like, they explicitly said it in the first one where it's like, oh, like, she's kind of, like, smitten with you, like, yeah, like, they were basically like, yeah.
Thought she was just, like, she needed a parental figure. Like, this girl literally left her parents. Like,
yeah. I feel like, yeah, definitely has that early 2000 weirdness going on with it.
Yeah, anyways. I hope you guys are excited for X-Men Summer as we are, preparing for Doomsday.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
So please subscribe if you want to prepare along with us, because they introduce a lot of like X-Men characters for the Doomsday lineup. So join us as we come along this X-Men summer journey.
Yeah. Are you watching anything cool right now?
Oh well, I completely forgot about that.
It's okay. You don't even gotta say that. You kind of gotta say you forgot. You know how I just slipped it in the conversation like that so easy?
No, it's fine though. I'm honest. Honest with our people. Let's see. The last thing. What was that show? Oh, okay. I watched 2 shows that were really good. This is old, but I know she did last summer on Prime. I think it came out like 2 years ago. That was really good. It's a franchise. It's not anything new, but the series, that was good. Cause I was like, wow, that's crazy. Didn't expect that. And then a new series on Prime called Motorheads. It's pretty good. You know, vroom, race, car, and and the main male character, like the brother, very attractive.
Purr. Got you some eye candy while you watch.
Exactly. And like if you're under the age of 23, I believe you can get Prime for 6 months for free. That's what I did because I'm not paying for that. So
that's pretty cool. I just watched The Black Klansman. That was pretty good. It was also on Prime. This is not sponsored.
It is
by
not
Prime.
Sponsored by Prime.
But yeah. That was a good movie. It's based off a true story. I love a docudrama that is based off a true story. Like, oh my goodness. I mean, I can understand like if it was something scary, like, but it was just like investigation, police work, and detective work and things of that nature. But anywho, we only have 5 minutes left, so we should
like
this one.
Like the video if you are excited for X-Men Summer. Comment down below what you thought of this movie.
Yeah.
If you really like it.
Was it a 2 or was it a 5.5?
Right, yeah. Was it a 2 or was it a 5? Or was it somewhere, in the middle?
Yeah, are you like neutral with the X-Men? Let us know how you feel about this X-Men versus, like the MCU, like the Avengers and stuff that we're watching.
Yes, and we've teased this earlier season, but we have a bunch of exciting things coming to, our YouTube channel and eventually our Spotify. So follow us on all of our socials. Stay in tune with some special exciting things we have planned for the future.
Lavender Rose is not done with you all.
Yeah. Everything is linked in the description. And we will see you next time.
Bye.